I used to love being home alone. No noise, no distractions, just me, my music, and a whole house to myself. But after that night, I can't sleep without checking every closet, every crawl space. Because I know now that sometimes you're not alone, even when you're supposed to be. This happened in 2018 when I was 17. My parents went out of town for the weekend, just a quick getaway, nothing unusual. I told them I was fine staying home. I'd done it before, no big deal. Friday night started like any other. Ordered pizza, watched horror movies. Ironically, around midnight, I locked up, turned off all the lights, and went to bed. That's when I heard the first sound, a slow creak, like weight on the stairs. I froze. I lived in a 2-story house. My bedroom was upstairs. The stairs were just outside my door. I thought maybe the house was settling, or I'd imagined it. I even laughed nervously and told myself I was just being paranoid because of the horror movie. But then came the second sound. A whisper, not voice. A whisper, indistinct, like someone was murmuring just out of earshot. I got out of bed and stood at my door listening. Nothing. Silence. I checked the hallway. Empty. Still. I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. So I did a full walkthrough of the house. Kitchen. Living room. Front door locked. Windows shut. Even the basement, which I hated. Nothing. I went back to bed, annoyed at myself for getting spooked. I left the hallway light on, just in case. That was my first mistake. At 3:12 a.m., I woke up to the sound of a knife clattering onto the kitchen floor. Not a pan, not silverware, a single, distinct metallic clang. I sat up, heart hammering. I knew that sound. I'd left the knife in the sink earlier. I grabbed my phone. No messages, no missed calls, no noise now. I called my friend Josh on speaker, whispering. He picked up groggy. I told him I thought someone was in the house. He laughed. Dude, stop watching horror movies. It's probably your cat. I didn't have a cat. He went silent. I told him I was going downstairs to check. He stayed on the line. I crept down, every step creaking like it was screaming. I made it to the kitchen. Nothing. No knife on the floor. It was back in the sink, like it had never fallen. I was starting to question my sanity. Josh was still on the phone. Dude, call the cops, he said. Don't screw around. I almost did, but I didn't want to look stupid. I told myself again I was just tired, stressed. He stayed on the line until I locked my bedroom and went back to sleep. That was my second mistake. At 4:06 a.m., I woke up again, not from sound, from the feeling that someone was watching me. My door was still closed. My room was dark, and then I saw it, a shadow in the corner, low to the ground. Still, I froze. For a full minute, I didn't breathe. I just stared, and then it moved, crawled, on all fours, toward my bed. I screamed, flipped on the light, grabbed the nearest thing, my lamp, and threw it. Nothing was there. No shadow, no figure, just my knocked-over lamp and pounding heart. I had barely slept the rest of the night, and when morning came, I convinced myself it was sleep paralysis, a bad dream, until I found the attic door open. Not cracked, not ajar, wide open, a pull-down ladder hanging halfway into the hallway. I hadn't touched the attic in months. That's when I called the cops. They found footprints, bare footprints, leading down from the attic, and none leading back up. They found old food wrappers, a blanket, and a small knife. Someone had been living up there, watching me, probably for days. They never caught him. All the doors were still locked from the inside. No broken windows, no forced entry. Whoever he was already inside before I locked up. Studio microphone. And if you're listening to this, remember, before you go to bed tonight, check your attic. You never know who might be watching you from just above the ceiling.